Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the long-awaited, much-anticipated new documentary from the folks over at Cult Screenings. This is You're So Cool, Brewster, the story of Fright Night. Now, when I first heard about this documentary being made by the same people who did the Leviathan Hellraiser documentary, that multi-hour, expansive, detailed making of the first three Hellraiser movies, I was very, very excited. I love Fright Night. I love Fright Night Part 2. But there's just not a lot of information about either film really out there. So when I heard that this was in the works, I was really excited. And as a matter of fact, when they first announced the pre-order for this, I jumped on it, I pre-ordered it, and then months and months passed and I completely forgot about pre-ordering You're So Cool, Brewster, the story of Fright Night. Then shortly before Christmas last year, Cult Screenings updated their Facebook page and said, hey, they're here, we're getting ready to ship them out. I had hoped that I would have gotten mine before Christmas. It would have made an excellent Christmas present. That didn't quite happen. There were some delays, and there were some shipping issues. I think there's some people out there who still haven't got theirs yet. I will say though, to those of you who haven't, be patient. The wait is worth it. If you're a fan of Fright Night and Fright Night 2, this is a must own. Anything and everything that you could possibly want to know about the making of Fright Night and Fright Night Part 2 is on this documentary. Total number of minutes on these, there's 3 discs. You get a Blu-ray, a DVD, and a bonus disc, including some extras. 350 minutes, and that includes the 3.5-hour documentary about the making of both Fright Night movies. Now first, let's start by taking a look at that artwork there. I think that artwork on the slipcase is really, really cool. Inside, the artwork here on the cover is also very, very cool. With this edition, we get a mini 8-page comic. It's pretty nice. There you go. Won't sort of take you through every page, but I think you get the idea. Sort of a mini comic to go along with the documentary. 3 discs, got a Blu-ray, got a DVD, and you got a bonus disc here. I hardly know really where to begin. They spend a lot more time talking about the making of the original Fright Night because they've got a lot more of the principal cast and crew from that film there. You've got Tom Holland, Chris Sarandon, William Ragsdale, Amanda Bierce, Stephen Jeffries, Jonathan Stark, Art Evans. You've got Richard Edlund, Stephen Johnson. You've got Brad Fidel. You've got the editor. You've got other producers. You've got other members of the special effects unit. You've got a lot of people telling you about each and every aspect of the making of the original Fright Night. As for Fright Night Part 2, you've got Tommy Lee Wallace, you've got William Ragsdale, Julie Carmen, John Grease, Brian Thompson, and some others there. Again, exhaustively detailed, comprehensive as you can get. Anything and everything that you could possibly want to know about the making of Fright Night and Fright Night Part 2, literally from the ground up, from writing the script to casting to pre-production, production, post-production, the release of the movies, the fandom for the films, the cult status for both films. It's all right here. This thing is absolutely loaded. Again, if you are a fan of Fright Night and Fright Night 2, this is a must. And again, also, if you're still waiting to get your hands on this documentary, be patient. The wait is definitely worth it, at least in my opinion. Let me talk to you guys about some of the extras that are on the bonus disc here. First up, we've got a featurette called What is Fright Night? It's about 10 minutes in length. It features Chris Sarandon, Steve Johnson, Amanda Bierce, Stephen Jeffries, Brad Fidel, Art Evans, Julie Carmen, Tommy Lee Wallace, William Ragsdale, and Tom Holland. They discuss the lasting impact of both Fright Night films, Fright Night, the original Fright Night's influence on vampire films, and the fandom for both films that have kept them alive all these years. Nice brief little extra there. Next up, we have got Writing Horror, an interview with Tom Holland. It's about 8 minutes in length. He discusses how he wanted to bring back classic horror at a time when slashers ruled the cinemas. William Ragsdale, Amanda Bierce, Chris Sarandon, and others also discuss working with Tom Holland on Fright Night and the impact of the film, etc., etc. Nice little interview with them, including Tom Holland here. About 8 minutes in length. Next, we've got From Apes to Bats. It's about 20 minutes. It's all about Roddy McDowall. It features some archival interview clips with Roddy McDowall from 1988. You've got Tom Holland, Mark Irwin, Amanda Bierce, Chris Sarandon, Art Evans, Stephen Jeffries, and many, many more discussing working with Roddy McDowall, his prestigious career, what they learned from him about acting, the wealth of stories he had about old Hollywood, and how much respect they all had for him and their fondest memories of him. Nice featurette here talking all about Roddy McDowall. Really, really nice. Let's see. Next up, we've got Tom Holland and Amanda Bierce talk Fright Night. Just over 29 minutes in length. It's basically just the two of them sitting on a couch talking about the making of the movie. They discuss Roddy McDowall quite a bit. They discuss how Roddy McDowall was such a film fan. He loved movies that he actually was storing a lot of original 35mm prints of movies because he was afraid that the studios were just going to get rid of them. So he actually took them and stored them. The studios ended up suing Roddy McDowall for fear that he would pirate those movies. I don't believe they won the suit, but they talk about that on this extra. They also talk about he had this really illustrious collection of film collectibles and memorabilia as well. And unfortunately, when he passed away, a lot of it just kind of disappeared. They're not quite sure where it all went, so that's kind of sad. They discuss the character of Amy, which Amanda Bierce played in the film, and how she approached playing the character, the makeup effects she wore, etc., etc. Holland discusses starting his career as an actor. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but Tom Holland actually began his career as an actor before he became a writer and then a director. And Holland discusses meeting Roddy McDowall for the first time as well, which is a pretty interesting story. When Tom Holland first came out to be an actor, Roddy McDowall was sort of his almost sort of, I guess, foster brother, foster dad. They just sort of threw him at Roddy McDowall and said, "Here, just take care of this kid and show him around and show him the ropes." But nice, just really off the cuff, unscripted, just conversation between Amanda Bierce and Tom Holland there. Just over 29 minutes in length. Really nice. Next up, we've got a roundtable discussion with Tom Holland, William Ragsdale, and Stephen Jeffries. It's about 16 and a half minutes. They discuss the Fright Night remake. They share stories from the shoot of Fright Night, how they got cast in Fright Night, how they developed their respective characters, stories from the set, etc., etc. Nice conversation there between those three. About 16 and a half minutes. Next up, we've got A Beautiful Darkness. It's about 4 minutes in length. Julie Carmen shows off pieces of her wardrobe from Fright Night Part 2, which she has kept hold of, and really how intricately designed and created they were. It's kind of cool, about 4 minutes in length. We've got full extended Peter Vincent segments. Now, I have to give a big shout out to Simon Bamford. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it should. Simon Bamford played, excuse me, the portly, let's just say, Cenobite from Hellraiser 1 and 2. Beneath all that makeup, beneath all that the prosthetics, that was Simon Bamford. Now, on this documentary, he portrays Peter Vincent in kind of the wraparound segments. And he does a really, really good job playing Peter Vincent. So shout out to Simon Bamford, and the extended Peter Vincent segments here are pretty entertaining. You can tell he's having a really good time playing Peter Vincent here. We've got Peter Vincent host behind the scenes. It's about 5.5 minutes in length. It features Simon Bamford preparing to play Peter Vincent in the wraparound segments, rehearsing, shooting, etc. Again, he was having way too much fun playing Peter Vincent in those wraparound segments. We've got the Peter Vincent trailers. It's a fake trailer for a Peter Vincent movie. Peter Vincent trailer outtakes, which I think you guys can figure out what those are. Got an interview with David Madison, who is the writer and director of Mr. Hush. He discusses how his film was inspired by Fright Night. We've got Weekend of Hell panel with Stephen Jeffries and Amanda Bierce, about 12.5 minutes. It was a panel discussion from a convention in Germany. They talk about the film being cast in the movie, their characters, etc., etc. We've got an audio interview with Rob Cantrell. He was a member of the Fright Night effects crew who took his own life, I think either during the making of the movie or shortly thereafter. The interview was conducted with Mr. Cantrell before shooting of Fright Night began. We've got photo galleries, official trailer, just a lot to sink your teeth into. Again, if you are a fan of Fright Night and Fright Night 2, this is the documentary that you need. Exhaustively detailed, totally comprehensive making of documentary, 3.5 hours in length, including a bonus disc. It's about an hour of extra material, all about Fright Night and Fright Night Part 2. This is a must-own if you're a fan of those films. I can't recommend it any higher from the folks over at Cult Screenings. If you got your hands on You're So Cool, Brewster, the story of Fright Night, please let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. If you've not gotten your hands on it, like I said, be patient. I think it's definitely worth the wait, but let me know in the comment section below as well. If you like the video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.